Let's get it. Y'all know what time it is. It's the Get Righteous Podcast. It's your boy King Heru. And you already know your boy Espizito. Let's lock in.
We can't take a chance on this because it's just simply that's not what the kids really want, and I know. And they got that attitude. And the day you get rid of that attitude and get back to who knows, take a chance. That entrepreneurial spirit where even if you don't like or understand what the record is that's coming in the door, the person who is in the executive chair may not be the final arbiter of taste of the entire population.
I don't know if most people have seen long-form contracts. They're insane, and there's all these little things. This big issue, but underneath that issue, there's like 17 other little laws that they threw in that they're not talking about. So
what's good, man?
What's good?
My mom was good.
Brody was good. Brody was good with you. Mom was good with you. Peace to the gods.
Jazz was good. Jab was good.
And DD was good, brother. How y'all Sunday looking? Shout out to the 49ers.
Shout out to the Austin. Jab, get your ass out of here.
I wouldn't be surprised if he hopped on to talk some shit. But
he was good, man.
Oh man. Oh, please, can we stop with the Eagles, please? Listen, man.
Eagles.
We don't care.
Y'all gonna
we're in already. Cowboys is in already. We don't give a shit. We wasn't trying to do all this other shit. That's it.
Word fact. I'm like, yeah, fuck out of here.
Right.
Facts. So, yeah, that's what's good.
Man. There you go, peace. Family was good with you.
And B was good. What you been up to?
Yes.
Look, Eagles
Get them goddamn Eagles out of here, please. Thank you. All right? Your vote don't count regardless because you were Giants and the Eagles fans. Relax.
That's all right. Got me a new team, too.
There we go. Who you gonna switch to now? Been VTech your whole life? Now it's Georgia.
They my sleep squad. Oh, yeah, you know it's some dogs.
Uh-huh. Man, listen, I ain't got it in me. I ain't got it in me, man. It was go blue when I could fucking process the game, and it's still go blue.
Thanks.
Period. There's always been the Cowboys, always been the Red Sox.
Goddamn Red Sox.
Motherfucker. All right. Yeah, I hope the Eagles see San Fran.
Oh, yeah.
That's why y'all put them out their misery.
I'm about to say they see them. Bye-bye. We were just looking at those highlights.
Where's ball?
And cats over there.
Okay, shit.
United fan enjoyed it anyway.
Word, man. But man, listen, we ain't even got to do all the lovely introductories. Y'all know what time it is. Goddamn it! Episode 68 of the Get Righteous Podcast. Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome in.
And B, I got you. I'm gonna pull you in.
Word.
In a minute.
Episode 68 is a continuation from the last one. All right. Where we dove into being the cult of personality per se. We got a lot of messages, a whole lot of questions. So we figured, hey, let's double it up. You know what it is. You know what the hell we represent. You know what businesses we represent. And it's as simple as that. Let's get to the business. All right. There is a question lingering specifically about symbolism Y'all are hilarious. It shit reminds me of. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what it reminds me of on here, but y'all know what it is. The 58 days. Woo! Y'all hilarious. Anyway, in terms of the symbolism, let me get back on track. Based on who and what we talked about, what we laid to rest, what we debunked. All right, we had a specific question about symbolism, the pyramid. So the first direct question that we had, I thought pyramids were bad. Anytime anybody has thrown up a pyramid or whatever the case may be, it's looked at as evil. First one, I'm gonna kick it up to you. Why is that wrong, or why is that right?
Simple. Simply, we gonna just say it. It just goes until y'all just really. I told y'all have to start studying. You have to start looking into what y'all are following, shit that y'all listening to, things like that. Because most of the shit that you're saying now was either stolen and brought back to you from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But their truth and their meaning. So when we get to, of course, Great Pyramids, what the pyramids stood for, what they brought to Kemet, all that energy flow, how Tesla stole all the science and all that shit from Kemet. Of course, when you get a society that wants to rule the world, what do? You take the most powerful symbols and you use it to your advantage. So that's what we got here. So
That's disrespectful.
not only do you have the wicked motherfuckers that's, that has been taken over. We already know that been taken over. Situation, real life scenario, real life symbols. And when we get to that, we're going to talk about that later. That's science, biology, and spirituality. But to stay on, point, y'all just have to dig into why you see this so much, or why is this brought up so much, knowing that these symbols don't come from these people. They don't come from these societies. They don't come from these entertainment groups. And then once you get into that, then you get to break down the meaning between what's right and what's not. Basically, at this point, we know if a certain type of people is using a symbol, and you go just put in history of symbols, just type in history of symbols in Google, just put ancient symbols. Most likely within 10 to 15 minutes, you'll start to be able to break down what's right and what's wrong, who using false shit and who using right information.
Okay. All right. To add on to that, because, a lot of the time when we have these conversations, whether it be on social media, whether it be in person, whatever the case, a lot of people say, go research, go research, go research, go research. So a lot of people don't know what to research.
Exactly.
You know?
Tell you.
So at the end of the day, people know one thing. They know Egypt. They don't know Kemet. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they know the cross. They don't know the
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
watch the book you watch and listening to. Now go ahead, Zito.
I think I so-called other could have been false information just because a person speaks a certain lingo doesn't mean it. It's very true. Very true. Very true. For me, I got to sit under a lot of great quote unquote trees of knowledge. So I got to see a lot of stuff that has been either pulled from regular circulation and everything like that. But there's a lot of stuff that can go. Like, believe it or not, old encyclopedias have a lot of truth in them. And I mean that shit wholeheartedly. Like, older ones. Encyclopedia Britannica, if you are of the age and understand what the fuck that means, yeah. Those were some of the most truthful books. This is why they exist outside of a lot of other runs of books. You feel me? So that was the first time where I got to actually see the pyramids of Giza in their complete, not beauty, but beauty. You You feel me? And this is why I understand what I understand about the pyramids, and they are the use of the pyramid. This is why I don't agree or subjugate myself to all the fallacies and the conspiracy theories about the pyramids being evil. Because if you truly understood what they represent and what they are and what they were used for and how they were built, who built them, you understand? All of that goes away. But that's why they would rather serve you a doctored or the revisionist history. So encyclopedias, great, great place to start. If you can, try to find encyclopedias that started circulating in the mid 1950s. Because once we got to the 70s and the 80s, the narrative started to change in all written literature.
Right.
You feel me? But those specific runs that were bought in the late 50s, early 60s, 70s, borderline 80s, borderline like the beginning of the 80s. Like once we hit like 88, 89, that's when shit started to change. And you can get a lot of truthful and see the documentation that they had in the books. That's just that because they didn't. It wasn't about it was pictures, yeah, but it was about documentation. You know, so the whole reason why people know about the Anunnakis and everything like that now, this generation, is because of the information that was passed down from those same encyclopedias and other, obviously, other forms of literature. So start there.
Or
That's just where.
exactly what Jab said too. Depending on who you listening to, who you building with. I mean, knowledge is everywhere and everything. It's on you.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I know that was really like lengthy and a whole lot of shit. Like apologies, but I'm not one of those people who going to keep you research and not point you in the right direction. That's just me.
Crash.
But, and I will say this in terms of, to get back to the question itself, the pyramid being depicted as evil, it only is depicted as evil by the person who is using it, or the who is quote unquote using the symbolism for evil purposes. Specifically, you can go see Satanists throwing them up. You can go see, the founder of the Satanist church throwing it up, and all of these things. People like to associate Hove always he's throwing up the pyramid and everything like that. If you know the symbolism behind the pyramid, you know that it's a symbolism of power. Now, power is subjective. Power can be used for. It's just like money. Money is not the root of all evil. Right. The person is. It's the intent in which you do shit, but the actual pyramid, there's nothing negative about that.
Right.
Understand? Oh, but they put it on the dollar bills and everything like that. Yes, as a nod to the Mason who helped tender the bills, make the bills. Yes, 100%. There's 13 steps on one side. You count them across at the base. It's 33, as we said on the last episode. 3 is the foundational number.
Something else on there too. I don't know what bill it was. 13 something. See, that's when they
So this is why it's important for folks to really check who they're getting their information from or what they're intaking. You know what I mean? Because stuff like that is why you have all of these conspiracy theories now. You understand? So many people like, oh, I want to rock this punk and that and that. There's nothing wrong with that, but know why you doing that. Don't just do it because, oh man, I'm for the, like I love us and okay, right. But just understand what you're putting on your body, because once you start putting things on your body, it opens you up, especially certain things like that.
Yeah. Plus, like you see people posting up symbols now, and asking questions like you said, want to get tats and shit, you got to dig. You better dig into the meanings. You better dig into the true meanings of the symbols and shit you using.
Exactly. Energy can be used in different directions. Yes, absolutely. That's another one. Believe it or not, we was talking about it earlier about the English language and everything like that, and the quote unquote sorcery behind it. Um, and here's the skinny about that. Uh, if you believe in affirmations, you believe in the law of attraction. These are all things that are very real.
Right.
And if you need examples, look how much you think about something and watch it manifest. Like, well, literally, what you think about manifests itself. If you speak it into the atmosphere, it always finds a way to it'll happen. It may not happen like 3 seconds after you do it, but it'll fall in your lap.
Word. Facts. And that's 100. That's 100.
These so-called knowledgeable scholars are information hoarders and intake so much. Yeah, that's a fact. They do.
That's facts
They
too.
do. That's why I believe in like shit being concise and like you can literally go and double, triple, quadruple thing that I say, and you can find the source material for it. Feel me? Um, but yeah, back to the whole English language thing. They say
Was it a new
know,
one?
that it's based in witchcraft. Okay, so you know what you say becomes like that's why I say abracadabra. Literally, its literal interpretation is like I make it as I speak it, or something loosely translated to that. That's why the magicians would say that. But like I said, law of attraction, and affirmations, and things like that, and then how many times you repeat things. You know, like for me, obviously, I believe in affirmations and the law of attraction. You can check my track record and see everything that I've done. I've called my shot publicly. And when it's done, everybody knows about it. You feel me? But what I personally do, I always write my shit down at least 3 times on a piece of paper. 1, 2, 3. I want to start a clothing line. Okay, start a clothing line. I want to start a clothing line. Cool. Then I get specific about what I want it to be. You understand? Write that down 3 times. And then I'm saying it into the atmosphere so the universe and the Most High can congregate and work together and drop it on my lap. Inside of a year, FAM. Just saying. But I did the fucking work. That's the shit. You just because people can just talk.
Word. I'm
You
about
feel
to
me?
say
Like
yes.
you can just let me write it down and say it and it'll come. No, you got to do the fucking work. Also, you know.
Word.
So now you can take that. Let's spin it around, and you can use that the wrong way also, which a lot of these crooked motherfuckers doing.
Right.
You can't be a follower of a womanizer, a liar, and a bearer of truth. You can't be a trapper and a fiend. That's big facts. Yeah, man. A lot of people do a lot of talking, and it sounds good. How Snoop saying, "Baby, but it sound good. You sound real hard over the phone, nephew." Yeah,
Word for
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Get that knowledge and shit in person.
You know. But what's your take on the whole English language being based in witchcraft and all of these? I've said enough.
And then she, that's what you make. Kemet. And it, the truth you can't really try to. Yeah, you're right. That's facts. Yeah.
Because I obviously, you know me, this is my shit. I can go for days on this shit. I would like your take.
I don't know what you're saying as far as that, but I know a lot of motherfuckers that say they Muslims, Christian, and all that, womanizers, and all sorts of ways, physically, mentally, all that, and then still go sit down and say, "Oh yeah, my God is this and that." Can't be. Oh, when you talk.
What you talking about, Bean Brock?
What was the question?
As far as the English language being wrapped in witchcraft or used as such.
Racial, you know,
Your audio.
we're talking about. This is the most low vibrational language on the planet. So when we speak, that compared to others, who speak, of course, different language, speak Spanish, Chinese, all that, which all dialect from original tribes somewhere down the line. So of course, when we talk about ancient languages and ancient tribes, those are um, highly vibrational languages. You know what I'm saying? That's why you always see some of those pictures and masks where they show the women with the thing over their face to stop them from talking because the ancient ones, ancient women, they were so strong and so highly vibrational that when they spoke and speak, that certain beings on the planet, certain races couldn't even withstand what they were saying. Like they can really break you down. So in order to conquer certain places, you have to stop the people from speaking that language. That's why when conquerors came to different places, they always wanted to implant what their religion, language, and their way of life, so you can contribute to their way and break from what you're doing. So when we speak this is why we think it's easy, but when people come here, they try to speak this shit. It is hard because the shit is so low and it's so that it's not really English, easy fucking language to grasp because
Right. But in terms of vibration, right? Just to be clear, because person in and of itself can vibrate obviously at different frequencies, higher, lower. You know the shit. So
thanks.
whether it be low vibrational or not, it has a different effect based on your own status.
Um, shit. Plainly, just to say it without getting too crazy, we just talking about just being wise. You can either be at above 430 frequency or lower, and we know once you get lower than what's that? Four. I don't want to say the wrong shit, but it's between four something, maybe three something. When you're at a low frequency, so your body is more susceptible to disease, sickness, shit like that. When you're at a high frequency, your body is elevated. You can't get sick like that. Little shit don't knock you. Somebody saying some bullshit don't rock you. You at two different levels of frequency. So you're either speaking at a high frequency and giving off high vibrational to someone, or you speaking low and giving them low vibrational frequency. And our language is a low vibrational frequency. So we do not know how to speak it in the right way and use the right terms, as Zito was saying, in the right words, then most of the time, as he said, we use them in a cursing way, as the abracadabra shit.
Right. And my own answer to that, in terms of what is low and high vibration actually mean. Being wise, you as a person, right? The food that you eat, one, helps determine whether you're vibrating on a higher level or a lower level. A body that is alkaline, disease can't coexist at the same time. Diseases make you vibrate a little than a person who is without them. Now, where the scales come into play is the mind, because your mind, in terms of your chakras and all of that stuff, you being in alignment with yourself, the Most High, the universe, whatever tickles your fancy, right? When you start vibrating higher as a person mentally, you see the fog that we naturally have as humans here starts to go away. You start to see clearer. You hear things differently. You can see what sounds look like. You can see people's auras around them. This all stems from being in tune with your quote unquote higher self, or your mind being in a state where it's operating more freely outside of the constraints of being where we are. That's more of a technical layout of what vibrating low and high is. The energy you put out, your output, right? Whether you say a bunch of negative shit all the time, as above, so below. You speak it, so shall it become. You know? Think about it. A person who has a negative mindset all the time, speaks all of these things, has a lot of bullshit that happens to them. That's their vibration. So their vibrational pull is negative energy. Somebody who speaks more positively, who has a more positive outlook, pours into people instead of, taking them down a notch or whatever the case may be, being petty, and all of these factor into what you do as a person, how you vibrate as a person. You understand?
All that crowd, friends who you with every day, who you
Yeah,
talk.
man. Whether you're a person who is an empath or not, that's another key to it too. You can, feel the energy around you. You can read the room differently. You understand? You can read situations differently. This all comes from you being clear up here and in here. You understand? And the clearer you are, the higher you vibrate. Shit just starts pulling together for you faster, whatever the case may be. Like, this real shit. I shit you not. So, to answer your question, that's really the short technical version.
Who's that already know? I'll load some videos and shit up.
I mean, anybody can make a video, but
I mean, he know what I mean. I'm talking about factual shit. I'm not talking about just any video.
oh, okay. But this is why it's important, like even me, like in my first two books, I based the first one off of rebuilding people. That's what the whole self-development brand We Wire Me is all about. It's about killing that negative mindset so that you can step into your higher self and start vibrating higher through self-development, obviously.
Right.
I got you.
Staying on the lines part.
So the self-development part for me, I'm a product of it. So it's a little bit, it means more to me, and I'm willing to, hang a hat on that, because if it wasn't for that, me switching my tune up and changing my mindset, vibrating differently, carrying myself differently, doing things differently, I wouldn't be here right now. And I wouldn't have the impact that I have on those in my square the way that I do. So these things are important, especially when you're on social media and you see a lot of shit, you see a lot of content, you see a lot of people posting shit, a lot of aimless things, like a lot of things where, damn, sounds good, or damn, that's crazy.
Right.
What's the validity in that? My favorite one that somebody sent to me, it was like, all right, what about the 666 theory? What about it? That's the mark of the beast. Says who?
Chemistry.
Let's go dig. Let's go dig into it. You show me your source of information on that.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
we can build on that. You understand? Because I know what it's. I know the source material that you're going to give me is the Bible.
Right.
That's fine.
Right.
That's
Right.
fine.
Right. Facts. Facts.
That's cool. You know, if you want to live and die by that, cool. But
You know, a lot of them.
aha, 6 protons, 6 neutrons, 6 electrons. Mark of the beast? What does that make again?
And you know, them numbers change too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I think those things make something called carbon,
Made out of
which
carbon.
translates into what? Melanin?
Word.
Oh, mark of the beast. Oh, mark of the
This
beast. Oh, shit. What you
that
trying to say that
got this
we're evil? Ah, got you.
word, that movie
Heard
got
you.
this.
These are the types of conversations that smart, dumb people like to have.
You know, word, facts, exactly, facts.
You understand? Like it's all you got to do. Literally, you got to get with the right people. You have to, and that's why we do what we do. And we, you know, we try to bring light to certain shit, kill certain narratives, because somebody got to do it. Everything in the world is alive, even a rock. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know, that's why one of them, like, you can't get much more of a conspiracy theory, you know, or cultist than fucking religion. Like, that's like the mother lode of fallacies and bullshit. You understand? That's why I said what I said to you earlier. Like, you know, I see the holes in everything. You know, I don't subscribe to any. You feel me? Like, but when you literally get these people talking about here, they're talking out here about being a good Christian and everything like that. Okay, cool. The same good Christians that was hanging people who look like us from trees, them good Christians. Because if that's good,
Hey, what's the other ones? So get the other
I don't
ones.
want no parts of that shit. You understand? Or the good Christian folk who slayed and, you know, caused a massive genocide to a certain kind of people in the name of their God. You talking about them? You talking about one of the religions that is the bloody, literally has the most blood on their hands? We talking about them? Nah.
Facts. Word. Go ahead.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just saying. I'm good. Your thoughts, sir?
Facts. I mean, oh shit. You just covered that one. I mean, where we at? We still on questions? Or what we on?
I'm just saying, like, literally, the questions that came in is everything that I'm thoroughly taking aim at.
If you got anything on what we talking about, y'all can come through and let me know.
Yeah, or let me know shit. So yeah, like, you know, you can find the holes in the religion. You can find the holes in Mason. You can find the holes in anything. All you got to do is get with the right people and look. Make sure they're pointing you in the right direction, though.
Yeah.
Just like last week when we started talking about Andrew Tate.
That comes from the comments earlier. Like, just, I mean, like I said, I'll give anything a little glimpse. Like I said, somebody had posted something on my wall one time. I told them I'm not into that, but I'll still, you know, look at it and give it a read. But from just by breaking down something, it's just like a listening, you know, listen to some music. After a little while, you know what's up. You know if you rocking with the information or if you're not. So, but all this shit that's out now, there is a lot of good information. There's a lot of crazy information. A lot of this shit you just gotta grab, and then you gotta go sit down, as we always say, and just start to put shit together. Build with folks. Hit somebody up that you can talk to and build with you. That's gonna search with you, look with you, research with you. Sometimes shit you might not want to do that shit by yourself. It might be a little boring. That's cool. shit, hit somebody else that like the fucking topic and tell them to help you. Look, what you think about this? And shoot me in the right direction. Shoot me a couple books, some shit like that, and then just take it from there. But as Zito said, all information is key, bad and good. So don't forget that. All information is key and bad, because if you don't know the wrong information, how the fuck you gonna know the right shit? You understand?
And this is the shit to pick back on that. And we was talking to somebody else, and they had a question about Islam. I'm like, listen, I'm not a Muslim, right? But within my square, I have very solid individuals are.
Wait, what you mean, Jay? We gotta play the Bucks in the play.
Right. So the when it comes, you know, because that was a question too. What about Islam? I can point them out, right? But here's my shit. My issues with Islam start at the nation. Do I respect them? I do. I have a lot of respect for the nation. I have a lot of respect for 5%ers. Peace to the gods. Y'all know the shit. My issue with the nation stems from them implementing Scientology. You have to pass a course in eugenics. That's Scientology. Since when do we do that? That's not us. You understand? I don't agree with that. So, but I'm not knocking you if that calls to you. If that's your bag, please go ahead.
And this is why, because there is a difference in I don't know, probably have to ask
Or
because
the mathematics of it all.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because there's people that's in the nation, and I guess follow their way, and there's people that, you know, follow the way of living of, you know, the religion.
Mm-hmm.
We have two on both sides on the show, so we can why that is.
Mm-hmm.
You know it, Lon.
Or,
Gotta keep.
but to further it, you know, it's like I said. If you want to find an issue in anything, you'll find it. I'm not me, and I only speak for me. You know, I don't look for the issues. I get the source content. I read what I'm allowed to read. I dig to see if there's anything deeper. Then I have conversations with people who are. You understand? A lot of my conversations about Islam came from close, direct, square, like literally in the fucking square. So I rock with that. And I'm not talking about being in the nation. I'm talking about being Muslim.
Yeah, facts. That's what.
And I rock with a lot of their ideals and principles. Now, are there holes in their literature also? Sure. But a lot of the things that they rock with in terms of what happens after we leave here, I rock with. In terms of, you know, if you quote unquote repent, you're forgiven. It's not like Christianity. It's different. It's very different. You understand? It's about totality. There's more totality within Islam. You understand? Whereas Christianity and, you know, Catholicism and all these other things, it's more situated. You know. But that, like I said, that's just me. I don't speak for nobody else. Me. Word. So yeah, man. It's really taster's choice. The knowledge, the religion, how you conduct yourself, all of that. Like it's up to you what you believe, what you feel is true.
Yeah, and like you said, that's why I'm at now. Like we've done enough research that we can find the holes. Not only we can find, we know the holes in certain things. Not all, but like you said, when it comes to religion, and it comes to different things like that, we've been there, we've been down that, on that lane. So this is why, like even now, when it that on the Facebook stuff like that, you know what I mean? Don't engage too much with it because I know we past try to lead them on the path to where they can find it, and look at it, and all in all, we're on a different what we're trying to reach, and that's just all
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, man.
come down under nothing else and shit like that. We just want to keep that shit, keep rising. So that's definitely 100. Anything questions?
Yeah, man. If you got any questions, throw your questions. You want to hop in the box real quick and chop some shit up? We can chop some shit up. Now is the time. Not in that order, though,
Sure.
because let's be clear. We all know what came first and what you know the Jewish folks base their entire uh, religion and culture off of. You know, that's something that folks always need to remember. And for me, this is part of why I dig the way that I do and why I think the way that I do. It's like, all right, you say this is the way. What predates that? What came first?
Right.
What came not what's first? What came before that?
Back before that, you know what I'm saying?
Because this don't feel right to me. What came before that? Oh, then that's when the conversation starts to change. And
you know,
Ten Commandments, the Jewish people have theirs. We know where the Jewish people got theirs from. The scales hit different when you know where shit comes from. You know? But yeah, man, if there's no other questions or whatever the case may be, that's all I got.
you already know.
On you, sir.
Nah, I'm going with Zito tonight. We definitely went in, definitely covered a lot. As I put some input on tonight, but he definitely went on the hill tonight because we talked about it earlier. And just had some things, to run back by y'all and bring to y'all. If y'all do have any more questions, anything like that, definitely.
Oh yeah, and to that, and to the other question about Andrew Tate, I forgot. Yeah, I said what the fuck I said about Andrew Tate. Fuck him.
Word, word, word,
I don't
word.
care nothing about what he says. That's quote unquote positive and speaks to the quote unquote alpha male. This whole alpha shit. Come on, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Can we stop with the alpha male talk? Like seriously?
Right.
Oh, alpha, so you gotta be beta.
Yeah.
Where?
Right. Facts. And
Where?
you know what? We're going to break that down. I'm gonna have to hit my boy off.
That's what the fuck I said. That man
God,
is,
so,
and his family is responsible for kidnapping women and children.
word.
Fuck him.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, you know what? We're going to source up another episode on some different things for y'all and bring in who is in dealing with the other side of things. And that's what we'll do to keep it going. But other than that, we definitely had a great show tonight. Great comments, great inputs. We love y'all. Love y'all for tuning in. That's all across the board, even after we go live and we load up all platforms. Just give podcast what it is. It's your boy King Heru, and you already know my bro King Zito. We out.